Welcome everyone, this is AndresRestart, and today we're going to talk about how the Nintendo Direct proved that the 3DS is now finally dead. I mean, this has been a long time coming. If you look at the last few years, the amount of 3DS games that have been coming out, that have been published by Nintendo, have been going down year by year, as the amount of Switch games have been going up year by year. And now for this year, it's looking like we might see over 20 published Nintendo games come out for the Nintendo Switch. Keep in mind, this is just February, but the list is already staggering. We have New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, Travis Strikes Again, Yoshi's Crafted World, Box Boy, Mario Maker 2, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Astral Chain, The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening, Daemon X Machina, Town, Pokemon, Luigi's Mansion 3, Animal Crossing, and even Tetris 99. This is just February. There is no way I'm going to have the time and money to play all of these games. I hope I do find a way because there's a lot of really good games here, but the point I'm trying to make is that the era of the 3DS is over. There were no announcements for the 3DS whatsoever during the Nintendo Direct. It was a big Nintendo Direct. We haven't seen a mainline Nintendo Direct since last September, and this was a 35+ minute long Direct. Actually, it was over 36 minutes long, and there wasn't a single mention of the 3DS. Nothing. The 3DS is dead. It's just that simple. And I'm not trying to say I didn't love my 3DS. I loved my 3DS, but it came out in 2011. That was a long time ago. I've enjoyed a lot of games on it, like Kid Icarus Uprising, Super Mario 3D Land, A Link Between Worlds, Pokemon X and Y, Pokemon Sun and Moon. There were many great games for the system, but it's done now. There's nothing left for it. And what makes things even more interesting is that we've gotten several reports from the Wall Street Journal, from Nikkei, that a Nintendo Switch revision is in the works and that it's coming out this year. And Nikkei has been saying that it's a Switch Mini, which makes perfect sense because the 3DS is dead and it needs a replacement. But this Switch Mini is going to play Switch games. It's not a different system, it's the Switch. So all of the games that we're getting announcements for now are going to be playable on this other system as well. It's simply going to be a different form of our current Switch. And I want to point something out. A lot of the games that were in this Direct are the kind of games that I feel like were developed by the traditional handheld developer. For example, Fire Emblem hasn't been on a home console in a long time. We've been getting many Fire Emblem games on the 3DS. It kind of just seems like they just moved on over to the Switch. They just transitioned over. It's the same developer. Now, they are getting a bit more help from Tecmo, but the point still stands that the 3DS developer has moved on. The same with Luigi's Mansion 3. And of course, we were all expecting to see some sort of announcement for Pokemon or Animal Crossing during the Direct. We didn't get that, but the point still stands that both of these games are the biggest games that are coming up this year. They're both expected to sell over 10 million, and these are the biggest 3DS sellers. These are the franchises that sold the most on the 3DS, and they're both coming to the Nintendo Switch. But there's one more game I want to touch on here, and that's The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. This is a 2D Zelda game. Link's Awakening has been rumored for quite some time now to be getting a remake, except all of those rumors were talking about it coming to the 3DS. And yet here it is. Link's Awakening is happening. It's real, but it's coming to the Nintendo Switch. No more are we seeing 2D Zeldas or 2D Marios or Pokemons or Animal Crossings coming to a handheld system, a dedicated handheld system at least. They're all coming to the Nintendo Switch. All of Nintendo's developers, both for handheld and home console, are focusing on the Nintendo Switch. What does that mean? That means a hell of a lot of games. More than I could probably afford to buy or even have the time to play. Which is unfortunate because a lot of these games seem really good. I hope I do find a way, but the point stands. There are a lot of games coming to the Nintendo Switch, and I'm just talking about from Nintendo. That doesn't include all the indie games and the third-party games, which are doing really well, by the way. There's a lot more than we would have ever expected for any other home console system in the past. There are so many games coming to the Nintendo Switch. This is going to be a great year. I mean, every year is going to be a great year from now on. As long as Nintendo continues to do this, where all of their developers are focusing on creating games for one system, they're going to always have consistent quality support just coming from them. But also, it's really nice to see that Nintendo finally has decent third-party support as well. That coupled with the increased releases coming just from Nintendo for one system, fans are going to be happy. They're going to be satiated. There are so many games to play. Currently, we only have 3 3DS games for 2019 from Nintendo: Mario & Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn, and Yokai Watch 3. I thought we would get some sort of announcement for the 3DS in this Direct, but there was nothing. And that's it. There's nothing else. The 3DS is dead. It's kind of been dead for me for a while now, but this is the first time we've gone a Nintendo Direct where there were no 3DS announcements, and I'm pretty sure that Switch Mini is probably going to be announced in a few months, maybe even before E3. But what do you guys think? How do you guys feel about all of this? Is this too much for you guys to play and enjoy? Are you happy about this? Do you want the 3DS to still stay alive? Are you excited for a Switch Mini? If that is true, I'm pretty sure it is. Let me know in the comments below. I'm curious what you guys have to say. Anyways, everyone, thank you so much for listening and watching, and I'll see you all really soon. Bye.